So yeah, let's take this out and let me fiddle now with some properties of window capture. Oh yes, capture cursor, okay, yes. And now let's bring this up. Okay, this is my wonderful explorer of my, yay, no echo, oh my god. Okay, I cracked the code. Now I can just stream with no echo, because when I plug my headphones, my earplugs, there is a background process named HD audio background process, and there are usually like 6 of them in the task manager, and I'm like, why? So I disable all 6 of them, and now everything is cool and dandy. Okay, let me just, okay, let me put this picture to be the biggest, the out here. Okay, this will be okay. And now some cropping, like here, 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 and a little bit on top. There's nothing wrong going on here. It's like just my folder directory, which is nothing strange. It's just photos and date and Iceland and day 1. So, yay! I am hyped because last stream there was nobody, pretty much, and I was like, okay, I will just play Sims in silence and not tell anything, because if you don't want to hear it, I won't tell it. Oh my god! This is fun news! Merchant, you need to reevaluate the meaning of the word fun, you know? Unfortunately, I don't have Coke right now. This is apple juice. It's not bad, but I would rather you would be Coke. Oh, no, don't worry about it. I will be fine. I need to grow a thick skin. I'm leaning to this side because this is where I can see the photos to just, you know. So, oh, I misclicked. Sorry. But yay! Oh my god, what is this? Skipped frames? Get out! Get out! Get out! No, get out! No skipped frames on this stream. Oh my god. It will be better. I assure you, it will be better. So, you can just now derail the stream however you want. I will be talking, and then I will try and hopefully make some art in, let me disable this for a while. Let me first off I clicked the window capture number 3, not the window capture number 2, you stupid. Okay, I'm not happy about it at all. Like, I clicked because I have 2 window captures open, and I was like, okay, I need to just disable one scene and everything will be cool. Apparently I thought I clicked the window capture that was already set up, but there was another window capture underneath, and I deleted this scene instead of this one, which is just bad. Okay, so we start off. Yeah. I need to make, wait. Is this a time for another command? Nightbot. Nightbot. I usually had Nightbot right away. Where is my nightbot? But I am logged in! I got locked frames, get out. Yes, chance strikes again. Okay, I am logged in. IDMN strikes again. You just blew up your superhero ego. Okay, add command. Let's say it will be tech issues. Tech-ish. Yeah, tech. Just tech. Message. I will try and copy paste this stuff. Yes. Yes, you pretty much did. Okay, submit. I think it's working. Yay! Okay. If I am too loud, please notify me because I am loud. So, let's start with the photoshoot, and during the photoshoot I will just talk. I will just choose the best pictures I have because some are just blurry and I am a noob at photography, and yeah, but in the meantime, when I will be talking about some stuff that don't require pictures, I will be drawing in my brand new sketchbook. I bought this one. It doesn't include this. Oh my god, this is... You know, I'm stupid sometimes. I was looking at this band forever and I just remembered that I took it from my calendar because it was tailored to be on my calendar. I did it and I put it on here to just check how long I need to make the rubber, and it just left here since I came back from the trip and I was looking for my band everywhere, and I'm stupid sometimes, and god damn it, I hustled my family, and at workplace I was asking, hey, did you see the rubber band that I closed my calendar with? No, okay, bye. I'm dead. I'm just blind sometimes. You know, I have eyes, but I am sometimes blind. So I have this super overpriced, because everything on Iceland is overpriced. Like, oh my god, this calendar was around 50 gold, if I remember correctly, 50 zlotys Polish, and it's so much for a sketchbook. Like, really, Canson sketchbooks in Poland cost 20 zlotys, which is around $5. So yeah, but of course I paid in the korona, in Icelandic korona, which is the Icelandic currency. But okay. Oh, this is for later. So yeah, I already put a nice sticker I got at the museum. That's pretty thin paper. I would say it's around 80 GSM, but it's hardcover, ring bound, and I like ring bound sketchbooks. And also it has, despite it wrote that it's a notebook, it doesn't have any lines or, you know, checker. Black frames, get out. It doesn't have any, like, a bit loud, but not too bad. I don't know why I have lag. I think I have everything set. Let me check the default. Okay. I don't know why I have I don't know why I'm lagging. Like last streams it was alright, but maybe it's because I have the window capture for the, you know, let's disable this one for a bit. Everything else needs to be there, so maybe it will lift up some of the pressure from my computer or something like that. But it has clear pages, which is really something rare to see in notebooks, you know. And also it has a back pocket for any loose stuff, and if the sketchbook has a back pocket, I'm completely buying it. There's still some stuff, you know, laying around from, you know, cutting the holes. Not all of the little paper pieces are cut correctly, and I think that, yeah, you know, this is what happens if you punch holes not you know, if you punch too many pages at once. Oh, okay. Oh. But yeah, it has a puffin, and unfortunately we didn't get to see puffins because puffins migrate and they come to Iceland on summer. So the puffin season starts on May and it lasts to around September, August, September. I don't know where they fly off during winter, but they are during summer on Iceland, and every souvenir booth has something puffin related. There were also sacks with puffins for around $4, and I almost bought them, but we never came back to this shop. I was there only once, and then we were going, you know, by this shop, but I was okay, maybe later if we will be going on a souvenir hunt or something like that. But I also have other things like this. This is the booklet with photos by Christian Ingi Einarsson. And yeah, it's pretty much Iceland, so it's nice photos of Iceland. Really nice photos of Iceland, mostly in summer, and some photos of the aurora, which I'm glad because I haven't seen them. But I was here, but the snow is covering everything because it was still March, and in the Reykjavik itself there was no snow. And in other places, like further down the coast, there was about inch or so of snow. But the deeper into the country, like when I was on the second day, I think, we were on the Golden Circle trip, there was like around, I think, 5, maybe 10 centimeters of snow. So yeah, when we got during the Golden Circle, we were in this national park. This is the Thingvellir National Park, and this is the park that is so special because of these cliffs, and these cliffs are tectonic plates that are drifting apart. This is the park when you see both the North American and European tectonic plate, and you can go down the tectonic plate and see all these cliffs from where is the edge of the plates, and this is nice. But there was a winter, so this is the summer photo, which I'm glad about it because it shows many summer photos, like for example this one with Icelandic horses. We really didn't went to Icelandic horses because we were only for 4 days. I was also here, and I have pictures, and I was also here, but it was super it was also super snowy when I was here. Okay, good night. But yeah, and also some mountains, some more glacier. Oh, I was also by this glacier. Yes, by this one, but this one, it seems like it's a summertime a bit. And when I was here, it was, all of this was under the ice. Oh, I hope to have, and you remember to watch the VOD, because I don't want to repeat myself so many times, because I had to my mom, to my co-workers, and yeah. The Godafos. Oh yeah, this is the same waterfall like on the other picture, but from from this picture, but I think it's from this bank. Yeah, it's like from the top banks, like from here, I think. But yeah. But yeah, so some little Icelandic houses. These were so cute, and my sister was like, you know, Mom, considering how much Nina said how wonderful and cute the Icelandic houses were, I am really proud of her that she didn't brought one home. But yeah, there is the Eyjafjalla Jökull, from this volcano from 2010 that wreaked the havoc. Oh yeah, and this is the photo taken during the eruption in the March 2010. Yeah, just before it started spewing all of the ashes, and some auroras, and I didn't get to see them because clouds suck. And weather, oh my god, weather forecast on Iceland is just like all of the lights. Because, oh my god, the weather changes constantly. I was on a trip on the south coast, around like 2-hour ride from Reykjavik on the south, and during the 8-hour trip there was sunny, then it was slightly raining, then it started snowing, then it was a wind with slight downpour, then it was super raining, and then it was sunny again, and then it started raining again. So yeah, but these houses are so cute, and the nature is super nice. It's like, I was also here, I have the photo of this monument. But yeah, sorry for the glare on the paper, but because this is photo paper, and as you can see, there is not much vegetation here. These are the highlands, so this is the inhabited area, not inhabited, I'm sorry, this is the area that is not inhabited, because it's usually super cold here, and yeah, in highlands I think it's the coldest part, because these are in the middle of the Iceland. I wasn't there, but yeah, there are lots of glaciers and puffin. These are cute. The eyes of this bird look like the bird is always smiling. Wait, camera, please focus, please focus. No focusing for you? No focusing for you, unfortunately. But I have other stuff to show as well. These are some abandoned farms. Yeah, the northwest edge. And some spas. I wasn't in this spa, I wanted so much, but the schedule was tight. But yeah, there is also one open beach with geothermal water, the public beach of course. And again, some Northern Lights. Oh my god, I haven't seen them. But yes, some hot springs I would love to get to. And the Harpa, this is the National Opera in Reykjavik. I also had the pictures from there. And this is the, oh my god, this has such a long name. Hallgrímskirkja. This is the church. This is not a cathedral. Yes, this is just a Lutheran church. But yeah, it is really modern. It's all made from concrete, and I can't believe that nobody seen that. My sister's friend saw that, and she said, "Hey, this church looks like a Gaussian distribution," and we all are from the tech uni, and we are like, "Oh my God, you're right. This is the Gaussian distribution church. How can they not see this? And how can they not profit from this? Like, you're missing a great opportunity for, you know, nerdy souvenirs. Like, come on." But yeah, there is also, there are some normal beaches, but hey, you don't come to Iceland to see normal beaches. You come to Iceland to see these beaches. Yes, black. Oh my god, this water has such a nice color. It's so blue. And some driftwood. This is a really nice history about the beginning of the settlement in Reykjavik that has, oh, and yeah, these buildings. I have the photo of these buildings. These are in the, this is the tectonic plate, and there, this line is the second tectonic plate, and they are right now 6 kilometers apart, and there is a very flat area with a lake and some fields, and there is this little city that consists of a church and 4 houses. Yes, very cute. And I have a photo of them during the winter and spring. Yes, some more of Reykjavik, I believe. No, it's Akureyri. Okay, it's the second biggest city of Iceland, because Reykjavik is the biggest one, and Akureyri is the second biggest one, and they are located by the same bay. Reykjavik on the south of the bay, and Akureyri on the top of the bay. But yeah, this is so pretty. Which is the Tifos. I was not by this waterfall. I was by there is another glacier, but I wasn't by this glacier. I was by another one. Westman Islands. These are the interesting islands because they just popped. There are 17 islands. Only one is inhabitable, and this is where people live. And the other island, there were 17 of them, but in the 60s the other island emerged, because all of these islands are made because of the volcanic activity. And one in the 60s or 70s, one of the 18th island emerged, and it's forbidden to go here. Only scientists can go here to, you know, examine such a new and fresh, you know, island that just popped out, you know. And yeah, more houses. These are so nice. These are made mostly from cement. And the route number 1, the ring road. The route number 1, the ring road, is going from Reykjavik here and goes all the way by the coast of Iceland and comes back to Reykjavik. And I was on the ring road when we were going to the south coast, but yeah, we went from Reykjavik to south coast and then back. But yeah, some birdies. Oh yeah, I also, yes, this is the Black Beach, but because if it was, yeah, because it was already, because I remember this cliff formation in the background, and I have photos of this as well. And yeah, but because it's, I think in the summer, it has lots of more vegetation and greenery, because it wasn't as green, it was pure black when I was there. But oh my god, the way the shadows of the clouds just lay on these mountains is just wonderful. Yeah, this is again the national park with these tectonic plates. Oh my god, I can't remember these. But yeah, more volcanoes. This is the Eyjafjallajökull that is now erupting ashes. There are some volcanic activity, as I read at the bottom of the picture, from 2014. But look, there are just so little churches in the middle of nowhere. How cute is that? Yeah, some bubbling pools that came from the geothermal activity. Also, Icelandic homes doesn't have chimneys like some oldest ones have, but the newest ones, Iceland started using geothermal water to warm houses around in the 30s, 20s or 30s of the 20th century. So it's at the same time not that odd, old of a technology. But if you consider that the Reykjavik was settled in 874, and you start thinking, that people really had to find a way to warm themselves before finding out how to utilize the geothermal energy. But yeah, more horses, and it's Isländska Operan. I don't know where this is, but yeah, this is nice. Yes, Iceland. This is nice. Yes, my humor is on top today. I have also so many postcards. Oh my god, I have so many postcards. Like, I have this postcard of the mythological, this is the depiction of the Nordic mythological worlds. Like Midgard, it's our world, it's the earth. There's also Yggdrasil, which is the world on the sky. Think about like Olympus in the Greek mythology. There is the Yggdrasil, which is the house of gods. And there is also, I think it was called Asgard, but I believe the Asgard was Yes, Asgard is one of the houses on the top. But oh my god, how was the hell called? There it says it's Gigungarab, but don't quote me on this. But yeah, it's nice. I was also at the flea market and bought this really old postcard from like 50s, and this is the cathedral and the house of the parliament in Reykjavik, which are also photographed, and I will find the picture because I was there on the first day of my trip, and I will find the picture of this to just show you side by side. Like, this is the 50s, and I really like vintage, you know, vintage things, vintage objects, postcards, photos. These are amazing. Wait, this is just too late during the day. I need to go earlier, yes. Yeah, this is how it, this house, look at the house on the right. This is how it looks like in the 50s, and this is how it looks like week ago. Like, you know, not much changed, where there are some windows. Oh no, there were always windows at the top. And there is also, yeah, and the church on this side. This is the cathedral. Yeah, this cathedral is way smaller than just the regular Lutheran church. But yeah, let's deal with it. And this is how it looks now from a different angle, but it's still on the same location, where Iceland during Second World War was occupied by English and American soldiers, but they were just mostly using Iceland as a station for troops, you know. Yeah, station for troops, and they were just roaming around and Iceland wasn't in a good place during Second World War, because Iceland for the long time, it started as an independent country in the 800s, you know, in the medieval times, but then went under the Norwegian king and then under the Danish king, and regained the independence in 1944, because then Denmark at the time of Second World War was under German occupation, so they had their own problems, and Iceland was not one of them. So the people started thinking, hey, it's a good time to, you know, gain independence, and which they did after. So it's this nice piece of history. I really like looking at the old pictures like that. I really like. There's also some collages of nice things to see on Iceland. I was there, and I was there. So yeah, automatic postcard. This is something my sister bought. Basically, you just put the cross in the boxes, and you pretty much have everything set. But yeah, more photos of Aurora. Like, oh my god, I am just so mad that it was such a forecast. The Aurora was active. It was on the scale of 4 out of I think 10, and it was labeled as active over the Iceland. and the only thing that we had to care about were the clouds. And there was a small opening near Reykjavik, but when we got there it just disappeared, and we were about to stay to the 1st a.m. during that night when we had the tour to see the Northern Lights, but around midnight there was a full overcast, and at midnight 30 it started snowing, so we had to pack and go away. And these are the ice caves, and we weren't there as well, so this is why we bought a postcard, to buy the postcard to, you know, for something we weren't in. And this is the map of the Reykjavik center that our hotel provided us with, and I have this map times 2. Okay, so this one shows more of the Reykjavik. Of course, there is like more of the suburban area on the south and west of the city, and of course the cities, like this kind of area around the city that is also in the boundaries of the city Manipa city. And yeah, and they show every like important sightseeing building or museum in the city. And our hotel was on this corner here. So, and keep in mind that it's not a big city, and from our hotel to this Gaussian distribution church was around 200 meters by foot. So it's not super long way, but this church is located on top of the hill, and it's the highest building in Reykjavik. And you can see, if it wasn't for the prices of the ticket to get to the viewing point in the bell tower of the church, we would go and see the whole panorama and the whole Reykjavik. But also we got to this museum, which is also located on the hill. This is the Perlan Museum, and it is the multimedia nature history museum, and it's located on top of the hill, and it's built from 6 old water silos, because this museum was before it was a museum. It was a geothermal, I think it was a geothermal power plant. Yes, geothermal power plant. But well, it's sometimes, you know, it could run out of all the water, you know, and it went out of business. So they decided to took all the equipment from inside and use the whole surface of those silos to make the 4 levels of, you know, there is an planetarium there, and, you know, not observatory, but there is a simulation of an ice cave inside, which is also something interesting and something, you know, I've never seen before. And of course, lots of multimedia goodies for people who are just bored with museums, and the viewing deck just around these the glass dome that they put on top of the 6 silos. And we went there. It was pitch black, but you could see all the Reykjavik, really. And on the other side there is more detailed map of just the city center, with also the map of the bus communication here, but we never use this because public transport in Iceland is really expensive, and Reykjavik was is really small town, and you know, if the House of the Parliament is you know, that big, you can't expect that it will be so big that, oh my god, you can't see it all. But we went to the pond, we went by the city hall, we went to the old harbor up here, I don't want to bend this. Up here we went through all of these blue lines, which are the most which are the shopping streets of the Reykjavik. We were also here by the banks of the bay, and also here to see this little house as well, which is where the Ronald Reagan and Nikita Gorbachev ended the Cold War. And we pretty much did the circle around. Our hotel. Our hostel. I'm sorry, it's a hostel. So I don't know if I will refer to this map, but I will leave it there. And also I bought another vintage postcard this time. I think it's from 80s or 90s. It's much more modern. But yeah, it's a puffin, and look at this its eyes. It's like they are both happy and sad at the same time. And of course, I bought this not because it's a puffin and I love birds, but also because it's vintage, and also because it's a really nice reference picture. Like, you can see both the body and the close-up of the head of the puffin. And if I would like to draw a puffin, that I would on this stream, hopefully, then I have the reference, a really nice one. I really like the... Możesz iść, bo na pewno cię słychać. Ale cię słychać.
Ale ja nic nie mówię, ona krzyczy.
So there is also, oh yeah, this is the pamphlet we got from the trip company that we went with for the Northern Lights. The Northern Lights tour, and they have the tips how to photograph the Northern Lights with your camera. And I was fiddling with my camera only to not see the Northern Lights, and I'm sorry. But also there are just lots of postcards with Northern Lights, like lots. and lots of them. They usually go for like the vintage ones. This one was around, yeah, this one was 800 korona, which is around $8. Yes, $8, maybe less. And this one was for 300 koronas, and which is $3. And the modern ones went from, I think the cheapest ones were at the one of the chain stores, supermarkets, and here they costed 89 koronas, which is around 90 cents. And these ones, I think this one was the most, oh yeah, this was the most expensive. This costed $2.50, and this one I believe costed $1.50, and this one too. But these are so nice, and we didn't have any with volcano, which is also this also is the Eyjafjallajökull volcano, because you know they want to cash on those volcanoes and those puffins and those northern lights and those Vikings. You know, they have such a nice, Iceland has a really good documented history. Like, if they can say that their city was that their capital city was settled in 874, it's like, it's really so such a discreet, like they pinpointed to the year, which is really hard to do in the medieval times, because usually there are not many written sources left from medieval times, especially considering that the Icelandic and the Viking language, or the proto-language of the modern Icelandic language, wasn't a language meant for writing. It was the oral language only. They had some runes, yes, but I don't know if they had any numerics in them. But what I also got here, I also got the puffin pin, enamel one, because it's cute and I want to start collecting enamel pins. I also bought the cartoons of the Hugleikur Dagsson. That is the Icelandic cartoonist, and I need to find my favorite one. Swiftly censor what's going on the other page, because some of them are gruesome. But I will show you my favorite one from this bunch, and I will use my trusty censored. So basically, I don't know if you can see this. You can't. Oh, now you can. Okay, so it's, maybe I should just adjust the let me configure the okay. a little bit. Okay. So, election in USA. Also, I would like to thank the nation for voting for me in spite of my drug addiction, my serial killer years, and the fact that I have an ass for a face. And the person here is, this time we got it right. Like, okay, if you say so. But yeah, some of them are really funny, and you know, we helped some of the Icelandic culture, you know. I also, when I was at the flea market, let me just put these into order right now. The focus of the lens. Also, because, and I will show more of this on the other photos, I was looking for buying some jewelry because they are on Iceland. They are making the jewelry made of the lava rocks and other metamorphic rocks and minerals that come from the lava, and I will make myself big because I need to show you this. And usually this is the bottom one is made from lava, the top one is a bead. Like, let me make myself smaller again. Oh, like, I think this will be, let me just maybe use the autofocus. I know it will lag a bit, but it will be good to showing small things. Yes, and you even see the holes because lava when it's not mineral, so it will form these. Focus please. Focus please. It will form these cracks and uneven surface. Cadwin, hello! Welcome to the stream. I'm showing off my earrings with lava rock at the bottom, and I try my camera to focus. And usually this is why my pro tip for everybody who is you know traveling is to check the flea markets, because oh my god, I got these for $15, which is around 100 zlotys, but it's acceptable for jewelry and earrings too, especially with silver, to cost that much. But in proper souvenir shops and proper jewelry shop, they would start from $50 up. So I just got a bargain, and I'm really happy for that. Because yeah, I know that tourists love the jewelry, and I like the jewelry, and and I think this look nice, and I got them for like, it's not even half the original retail price. And I also helped some people who are selling on the flea market. And yeah, so yeah, my sister was just looking at me and, oh, why are you, Nina, you're strange, you are going to the flea market. And I found some really nice things, and I would find some more, because I was looking for some old art supplies, but I think they would be super expensive, like way more expensive than normally that they are normally on Iceland. And I also had this puffin pin. This is not from flea market, but I will also show you what I got from flea market. I also got these two postcards, super vintage ones. This one is from the 50s, I believe, and this one is from the 80s or 90s. But yeah, I think this one is. I bought it because I made I was on the flea market on the 4th day of my trip, and I made the photos of these exact buildings on the 1st day. Like, look, this is the building of the parliament. So this was taken week ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, and this one is taken, I don't know exactly when, but judging by the paper, it looks like 50s, 60s, 70s stop, because in the 80s the color camera started rolling in. So this is why I think this one is from 80s or 90s, because of the camera and color, because of the color and the quality of the photo. So yeah, I really like old postcards. And they came, oh my god, the guy who was selling this, he had like racks, super long racks that you had to flip through to find the postcards, and he had them so well organized. Like, some of them were, there were racks of old family photos. There were racks of, oh, this is just from the Reykjavik, and this is from the other part, and this is just the birds and flora and fauna, and this one is the Reykjavik from the 50s, and these are the official Icelandic postcards from the 50s. And he was just so sweet, and he gave me discount, and he was just so nice. Everybody on Iceland speaks English, which is good for the filthy tourists as me. But yeah, and there are so many Polish people. Oh my god, there are so many Polish people on Iceland. Like, we stumbled upon, like, during our 4-day trip, we stumbled upon 10 Polish people in different places. Like, there were 2 cashiers in the supermarket we were shopping in, and there was one driver, and he just said he's Polish because he's the only person that could read my sister's friend's surname because it has these fancy Polish letters. And there was also the guy in the Icelandic McDonald's, because he overheard when we were discussing which burger to buy, and he just, oh hey, I speak Polish. So we were like, oh cool, another one. And there was also a guy from the ship crew when we were whale watching, but there was unfortunately no whales. So okay, let me start and show you some pictures. Oh, so this is, for example, this is the main church in Reykjavik, which holds the observation deck here, but the tickets were expensive. That's one. And the second thing is that they closed the observational tower around 6 p.m., which is just super early. But yeah, but just as my sister's friend pointed out, and we are all from Tech University, and we are just nerds, so she pointed out, hey, this church looks like Gaussian distribution. And we are like, oh my god, you're so right. How could we not see this? And how could Icelanders not utilize it to make more nerdy souvenirs? Like, but yeah, this church was built in the 50s. Started building in 50s and ended in 80s. It took so long to build it, and it's all made from cement. And there is also the monument in front of the church of the, I think it's Leif Erikson, I believe. He is the guy who discovered the Vineland, which is a part of Iceland, or another historic part of Iceland that, you know, people said that, hey, this is the Iceland. Just like, you know, the Columbus said it's India because he thought it's India, but it was really not. Architecture. Close enough. I read it as architecture, so it's all great. But what to show? I thought I did the photo of what's going on here. What was written on his monument, but I guess not. This is the photo of the store inside the church. It's the souvenir store dedicated only for this church. But I bought this booklet for much cheaper. Oh my god, you can see this. I bought this booklet for $13, which is really nice because it shows some of the things I didn't see during the trip and some of the things I did see, but during summertime. So it's nice. But I saw this booklet in another store near some of the sightseeing locations, and there it was $17, and I was like, hey, I bought it $4 cheaper, yay me. But yeah, and they have some, when you see the prices, to convert them to dollars, you just need to divide this by 100, because 100 korona is around 3.25 zlotys, PLN, Polish zlotys, and 3.8 PLN is $1. So it's roughly 100 korona is roughly $1. So this is the easiest.
No, 100.
Co?
100.
100 korona.
Koronas, okej. Dobra.
Are you questioning my math, Dad? So yeah, it's easy to just see how much it costs. And these are some Icelandic houses in the by the shopping street, and all of them are made from concrete, but they also put the oh my god, how it's called? It's not tin foil, or maybe it is. It's like a whole sheet of steel that it's like waved. Oh my god, how it is called? Google, please help. Aluminum? Maybe it is aluminum, but I will Google this. Corrugated sheet. Really? This is... what? No. Google, I don't trust you. Corrugated metal. Okay, so let it be corrugated sheet, okay? And they painted different colors. So just look, there is this one house on the far right that is pure concrete with some like classical elements, so maybe it's from like 30s or 40s. And this house has very like old-timey layout, so it's maybe from the 20s, but it looks much older because of the slanted roofs. And lots of houses in Iceland have slanted roofs, even the apartment complexes. And this one is blue all of a sudden, and it looks probably much older. But there are some houses from the... oh, there are more houses. Look, like this one looks like from the 60s, this one is like from 20s, and this one is like from a couple years ago. They are all concrete, but they look like they are from like different era, and the whole streets and whole neighborhoods look like this. And this is so wonderful, like just look. These are the houses, I think, from... oh my god, concrete was started to being utilized. Well, what did the trip guide told us? In the 20th century, but I don't remember if it was the full 20th century or just started in the 20s. But yeah, around that time, and they are so, like the colors, look at them, these are so, some are so pastels and some intense, like for example this one, this is the restaurant, and they painted it orange. And yeah, and on some of these, yes, and some of these there are also some murals and photos. Like this is the site of the Photoshop, so of the photographic shot, when you could buy some prints of the photos of Iceland for some like $50 which we haven't decided upon because it's so much money. But yeah, they like to... I've seen so many murals here, and they are so nice. And some of the jewelry. This one is in the shape of the Iceland itself. Some more houses. This one is like made of concrete, but at the facade it has some stone. So, and it has a chimney, so it's a sign that it's before the Icelandic people started utilizing geothermal energy to warm houses, because now no house in Iceland, no modern houses in Iceland has chimney. This is something from the old era. And yeah, this looks in architecture like the House of Parliament. Like, you know, 2 stories made of stones. Of course, puffins everywhere in every souvenir store. And just look. This is another main street, and it just goes down. This is, I think, made from the top of the hill that the church is the Gaussian church is located on, and it goes down, and you can see the bay here, and then the mountain range just behind it, and this is such a cool view. Yeah, like they really go. There are lots of stickers everywhere, on every like back of the sign or on the trash cans, and nobody cares about it, and this just looks like, okay, somebody put it, but it's not a big deal. Yeah, it's really nice. I had to stop and do the do some photos of these murals. Like for this one, this is the mural in the tunnel between two buildings, in the gate, and just behind the gate there is some yoga facility. So this is why they put some animals and those Hindu gods and Hindu elements. But yeah, it looks nice. Some more jewelry. They also made jewelry with runic symbols for like how many? $85. And of course the jewelry made with the lava rock. These ones are less polished, but they are also super expensive, but they are so nice. They look so like raw, and this is kind of the style they're going with, like with raw metal surrounding the raw rock. And this is the Icelandic Museum of Punk, and some monuments. Like this is one monument, this is another monument. This one is in front of the House of Parliament, which is here with some random guy that's going the way. And this was built in 1881, just as the facade says, and the cathedral was in 1847, yes. But there is more of the downtown. Yes, this is the downtown area just behind the House of the Parliament, and it looks so cute. Like look, all of these houses you see are around from the end of 19th century up to, I think, beginning of the 20th century, up to like 20s, I think. And this is the pond, which is the huge lake in the middle of the city, and there are lots of birds here and ducks and strange monuments. There are lots of like bronze sculptures around Reykjavik, like there are lots of them, and you can just, and they are just there and nobody vandalizes it, and this is just wonderful, because I've never seen, maybe I've seen some graffiti, but not as much as anywhere else. And yeah, there are some litter on the streets, especially when we went in the Sunday morning outside. There were so many litter. Yeah, we were just, I paused to make the photo of this duck because it hit the beak in its like feathers and was super close. He was like 5 meters from me, so I just squatted and make a photo, and I get up, turn around and see this, and but yeah, more birds, some swans. They have different swans. Polish swans are not like this. And yes, some more of the pond, some more churches. They have lots of churches, and some ducks. These are the normal ducks. I see these ducks constantly in Poland, but these swans, Polish swans have different like pattern here on the head and on the beak. And they also had some of these geese, I'm sorry, some of these geese. These were loud. And also some of the, oh my god, I need to show you this, some of the seagulls. And in topic of, oh, and half of the pond was frozen, so there were some birds just hanging on the ice on top of it. But yeah, there were lots of birds. Lots, and somebody was feeding them here, and every bird in the area was just, there, go there, go there. But yeah, just as you can see, there are lots of them. And they were also coming very close and not afraid of the people. Like really, I squatted and they were like a couple meters away from me. Like you can see here. And also this swan, I just noticed this much later, this swan just looked directly into the camera and I was like, oh my god, you just photobombed this. But there is something very peculiar. Some seagulls. There is a really interesting sign just by the pond, and this sign tells you to not feed birds during the summer because bad seagulls come when the mama duckling is feeding and kidnaps her children. Bad seagull. Very bad. This cracked me up. Like, oh my god. Yes! My sister said that I should caption this picture like seagulls are bad, hashtag not clickbait, hashtag gone wrong, hashtag gone sexual, because you had to go sexual to have ducklings, you know. And of course, trigger warning blood, trigger warning gore, and trigger warning violence. What are those? Ah, also by this gate there are some lockets, you know, just as lovers do. They would find any piece of railing and just put the locket. This is the city hall. It's very modern, it's super modern. And there are we at the harbor. I keep saying we, but I don't show any we people, you know. There's nobody on the picture. I would show if I will be alone at the picture because I can, and I don't want to show anybody else because privacy, and nobody knows that I'm streaming. And this is also this rectangular building. It's the National Opera and Conference Center, and we got there, but just in a minute. But we were also in the Viking Museum that they have. It's like a museum with an exhibition of wax sculptures, and they had the audio tour, and these are very much shaken because I fiddled with my camera and I had to stand still for a couple seconds to get the picture in the darkness, and it was just turned out bad sometimes. But these wax sculptures were made so well, like really well. It was like nothing I've seen before, and they really they were showing the movie beside the exhibition hall of how they made it, and and they pretty much get real people and put them in a cast, and they took off the cast and then they filled the cast with the wax to make those. And they put some animatronic parts. So for example, one of the sculptures was breathing, but they didn't scare me. Like the ones that scare me more were like those that are in the Uncanny Valley, and they were like so real. Like, look, it's not Uncanny Valley, it's really an old woman sitting in the Viking attire, like, really. And this museum showed the history of Icelandic people from the times that the first settlers came to Iceland to the up to the Reformation era. Oh, for example, this one was the sculpture that breathed, and it was just, oh my god, it's breathing. Oh, this one is nice. This one depicts a woman that's burning on the stake and went crazy, insane. But yeah, what's also funny that they were not saying and you know, spreading the false information that all Vikings wore helmets with horns, because later there was an area where you could dress in the armor, and in the reconstruction of Viking armor, and there were no helmets with horns, I tell you. And I will show, I don't know, because I wasn't dressing up, but my sister was, but since she's in full helmet, No! Oops, too late! No, okay. No, okay. The opera, here. The opera building. It's so nice, and it's made of these hexagonal glass panes. Hexagonal glass panes that have different colors, and it looks really nice. It's like so modern. And this is the ceiling from the inside. Also like kinda like the beeswax pattern. And yeah, I did some pictures of the bay from the window of the opera. And then we went out of it and went along this street. So the next picture you will see, we are standing here. So there is this super rocky beach just beside the way, and some people are, I don't know why there are some rocks that are on top of one another, I don't know, but we went there. Some more of the harbor and coastline, more of the coastline. This is really nice. The water, oh my god, I couldn't get over the water. It has such a nice color. Like, look at these colors. It's like gray, some teal, some blue, and some deep gray. It's like a pure, like, aesthetic. Like, all of the Iceland should have its Tumblr block and be just the most pretty block ever. And there is also this sculpture that looks like the skeleton of the Viking ship, and look how many tourists are there, and we were among them. Oh, and here we went up to the Sperlan Museum, which is located, let me just disable this a bit because I need to see. Okay, I need to show you. Okay, so on the first day we went from our hotel, went to the church along this street, then along this street to the harbor here on top, and then along the coastline to the opera right there, to the skeleton of the ship, and then we went back to the hotel right like that, and then to the Perlan Museum, which is, I explained it earlier, it's an old geothermal plant located on a hill just beside the city, and beside the city center. It's still in the city boundaries, and we went there to see the observational deck and try to get inside, and we did get inside because the guy who was on the shift was Polish, and he just overheard us and said that, hey, it's such a nice day, why won't you come in, you know? And we came in, and it was super nice. But yeah, these are the panorama of Reykjavik. Where is the Gaussian church? I'm looking for the Gaussian church. It's somewhere. No, it's not here. It should be around here. But it's really high building, so it should be seen as well. Maybe it's hid under the tree, but yeah, this is some of the more fields and more of the western side of Reykjavik. But yeah, those clouds are so nice. Like, oh my god, this just looks wonderful. And then we were inside, and this is the simplified boundaries of Iceland with the boundaries of the tectonic plates. It's located, the island is located on some rocks, some taxidermy. This is the Arctic fox, and this is the wild-tailed eagle. I made this because this is the eagle on the Polish coats of arms, and I had to do this. But yeah, there is these sculptures, and the sculptures of the animals look really nice. Like, oh my god, forgot. Okay, I need to get back. Oh my god. Okay, so this is the hill from the Perlan Museum, and there is some panorama of Reykjavik. Some really nice pieces. Oh my god, but thank you for reminding me, because I am forgetting to switch on and off some elements of the scene. But yeah, those mountains just beside the bay, it's like amazing. And those clouds. It was going dark. It was around like 5 or 6 p.m. and yeah, there are some exhibitions. This is the simplified these are the simplified boundaries of Iceland with the tectonic plates shown, where the main volcanic activity is located. Some taxidermy of animals on the Iceland. This is the white-tailed eagle, and this is the Arctic fox. Like, but when you see a taxidermy, like this one is done nicely, like really nicely. some more rocks, some minerals, gemstones. Oh, this is the simulation of ice cave, because they in one silo they had the whole ice cave simulated. It was really cold here. Like it was like minus 10, minus 20 here, and you then went on top and you had the whole exhibition about glaciers. And here you could you know, rotate this steel circle, and this would change which year you're stopping by. And as you see, it's 900s, 20s, 30s, 40s, 1900s, I'm sorry, 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, and with each year the camera would change, and you would see how this glacier is declining in size. And there was also this part. It's the whole wall made of the screen, and you could stand here, and the camera here will see that, hey, there is a person standing. It's time to bring up some multimedia things, and you can point your finger, and there were multiple cameras that would get where you're pointing and view other things depending on it. And there was also the whole wall of thank yous and things, and yeah, some thank yous, super expositions, save polar bears, you know. And I did and I've also seen this one, invite Trump and company to this amazing exhibition, because yes, you should. Yes, there were lots of smiley faces, and this is mine. My sister wrote thank you in Polish, and I tried to draw the puffin, and it's now here forever. And when we were on the observation deck, I tried to make the pictures by night, but I failed completely, and I moved my hand, and it was just some abstract shit, and not pictures by night. Especially this one. Oh my god, I think I maybe sneezed during making this one. But yeah. Yeah, this concludes the first day. Can you believe it? I will try to breeze through the rest of the day. So day second. Yes, so day second, and this is, we are in the on the day second. I think there is only golden circle only trip. So this is by the I think I did this by the, we went not that far from Reykjavik, and it was super snowy. Like as you have seen on the picture from the first day, there was no snow on the ground in Reykjavik. We went a little bit further away and a little bit higher, just a little bit, because Iceland is not a super high country in the altitude. Reykjavik is like around 100 meters. Well, it's located by the bay, so it's super, so it's not very far in altitude from the level of the ocean. But I think here we are around like maybe 40 meters max, maybe less. But yeah, it's so pretty. It's like only blues. I think I did this one from the, this is from my phone camera, just as we were driving. And yeah, all these colors are so nice. Yeah, and these are... Oh yeah, just to prove that it was snowing pretty much. And everything in Iceland, if you have snow or ice on the sidewalks, you can sprinkle the sidewalks with sand or salt or the mix of both. And since they are whole Iceland is built from the volcanic rocks, pretty much the dried lava and some other metamorphic rocks like lava tooth, obsidian, but obsidian is super deep because it needs the super big pressure to be made. Basalt, yes, basalt mainly, and because of that all the sidewalks in Reykjavik were just black from spritzing the sand all over the place to help with the sidewalks being slippery during winter time, and all of the water in Iceland, and especially in Reykjavik, we went from the bus. Here, okay. Yeah, this is the national park that is located on the boundary between two tectonic plates, and you can see them drifting apart, but let me get to the pictures, not from my phone and from my from my second camera. Oh, this is me. My sister did this photo, and yeah, just this is the surface that is super flat. There is a lake here and the super flat terrain because the tectonic plates are now 6 kilometers apart and they are still going apart from each other, and everything from here is just elevating up, everything between them, and it's really flat. This is pretty. And look, just someone built a church and 4 or 5 houses, and this is the only buildings, apart from the buildings with the souvenirs and the cafe and the toilets that we left behind us just by the entrance of the park. But look, this is just the only buildings here, and it's just amazing. And yeah, we are going by the cliffs. This is pretty much the edge of the I think it's the North American tectonic plate, and they are high, really high. Yeah, and this is also the place where the Icelandic Parliament was taking place. So the people in the Middle Ages would just go and meet and discuss about law or something like that. Yeah, this is super nice. Also, no winter service on this trail, but it was technically still winter, so YOLO. It was a little bit slippery, to be honest, because everything was slippery. But now we're going to the golden waterfall. And this is wonderful. It's a 2-step waterfall. This is the first step and down there is the second step. Yeah, the first step is 2 and the second step is 2. And the water here, especially in this little nook, is it's such a pretty color. Oh my god, it's such a pretty color. And the sound of the waterfall can be heard like from really far away. This is the only thing that makes sound, because as you see, there is nothing here, no trees, only just mountains, only lava mountains. Yeah, it's so nice. Oh yeah, and this is where I think the first batch of pictures were made. Yeah, here on the bottom. So now we are going. Oh yeah, these are the hot springs, the natural hot springs. We can't get here because these hot springs are around 100 degrees Celsius or 212 Fahrenheit. Fahrenheit in, you know, they are super hot, and to avoid the burn to avoid the accidents of tourists being burned, they fenced it off and put these little warnings that, hey, this water is super hot, don't go here, and they are pretty much trusting in tourists' intelligence and common sense to not go here and try to dunk their hand in. But there is also the place where the geyser is. Yes, this thing. And this geyser, well, this is the Strockpur geyser, which is the only active geyser in this area. But yeah, we were just in here for about 40 minutes and we saw like 3. So the geysers sprouting up 3 times. Well, 3 times where I was taking photos, but after that this geyser like shoots water every 10 minutes or so. Sometimes higher, sometimes lower, but I wanted to grab the picture. Oh my god, where is this picture? Because there is one picture that I made of this geyser that shows the faces. Oh yeah, this one, okay. That shows the faces. So yeah, pretty much you have the normal silent hot springs that is just steaming, but then the water is boiling, starts to boil, and this, no, not this, and then it starts sprouting because it's boiling from the very inside, and it just sprouts it just squirts the water and steam. This one was low, but I did also the other one. Yeah, and we were just sitting from 5 to 10 minutes between each. Okay, so this one is nice. And then it forms this copule. You see this little dome of water and this lighter part of just boiling water and steam that it's trying to get outside. This is what happens just before this. and they can be pretty high, and you know, there are lots of tourists, like, oh my god, when they have these postcards, and they showed this geyser on one postcard, there was like by the sunset, and there weren't as many tourists as there usually, because all four sides, it was fenced from all four sides, and all four sides were just a line of tourists taking photos. And this is also the geyser, that it's called the geyser. And this is the first geyser that was ever like discovered, and they named it geyser. And once they discover other geysers, they also named their geysers after this geyser. So this is the geyser, but this one is much bigger, but it's not active since 60s. Yes, well, this is geyser. Well, geyser. It's very close to the Polish spelling, because replace Y with J, S with Z, and I with E, and you have the Polish spelling. And it sounds the same. In Polish it's geyser, so it's more like harder on the Z. But geyser, geyser. But yeah, it's not active, and it's just because the pool here it's so big, and the source inside become too weak to you know, boil this much of water in such a short time to make it you know, spew the water. So right now it's just steaming, and the air in Reykjavik and the air and the smell of the geothermal water and also of the geysers smells like sulfur. And this is something that, well, by the first day I stopped sensing sulfur in the air, but I still could sense the sulfur in the water, because all the sulfur all the tap water in Iceland also comes from geothermal sources. It's just cooled off to be able to use as, you pretty much are having 85 degrees around the Reykjavik. There are pools of geothermal water. There is 85 degrees Celsius. It's almost boiling, and you use this directly to warm houses, but you have to cool it a bit to be used, to drink, because you won't drink 85 degree Celsius water, and you won't bath in it. So yeah, it has to be cooled down, but the properties of coming from the geothermal active place, especially of the volcanic and tectonic origin, makes it smell and taste like sulfur, which is not a good smell for someone who, well, I hate the smell of sulfur because it smells like rotten eggs, but by the first day I stopped smelling it there, which was an improvement. And each sightseeing point, which is like the national park, was one, the national park was one, the geyser was the other one, and also there were other like black beaches. It was the other other like stop. Each stop had these kind of facilities, which had the cafe, some souvenirs, and toilets. So yeah, and they were not that far away from the points, the sightseeing points itself, and from the car park, because you have to drive by car to get anywhere, because there are no railways on Iceland. And we were also stopping by the church where the first bishop in Iceland was located, and this is such a nice altar. Like, this was the mosaic and this was nice, but they had all these stained glass windows were intact, and this is just such a nice effect. And yeah, this is a really old, like, this church was not old, it was built in 60s last time, but it was rebuilt due to earthquakes, and this is how the area looked like in the medieval ages, where the church was first erected, which was around the year 1000, when Iceland became Christian Catholic. And then after the Reformation it became Lutheran. And this is the old excavating site that they saved, and they labeled that, for example, this is the old dormitory, this is the old school, and the church was in the same location, but it was rebuilt many times. Oh yeah, and it's all for the day 2. Now day 3, and the south coast, which was super nice. And also we had the Northern Lights tour, but we didn't see any Northern Lights because it was super cloudy. The weather was all over the place. For example, this is our road. This is the circle road that goes by the all coast of Iceland. So we went from Reykjavik to and I tried to make some photos of houses from the nearby city, and they are so nice. They are so typical suburban houses. Typical suburban area with some row houses and some commercial buildings. And look, like, there are some semi-detached house. They look kind of the same, you know, because this is how pretty much they make houses in the modern era, to be uniform. And okay, we're going further and further and further, and what is this one? Ah, yeah, we are going by the Eyjafjallajökull, which is the volcano that erupted in 2010. And yeah, this is the area that was covered in ashes, because this is the closest to it. I think this one or this one. Oh no, this one. I think Eyjafjallajökull is this mountain, but I am not sure. But it was really close. I think maybe this one. But yeah, and excuse the droplets, because I was doing this, taking these photos from the window shield of the bus we were driving in. But yeah, let's go to the photos of this wonderful waterfall that you can see on my selfie that I posted during the trip. And yeah, and it was pretty snowy, but near the waterfall it wasn't. Well, because it was water, and water is warmer than ice. The ice melted beside the water. And yeah, and everything is black because basalt and volcanoes, but yeah, and there are lots of tourists, but you could really come close near the waterfall, and this is how the volcanic rock looks like. The pure volcanic rock. It has pores and is uneven, and it's matte. And it's pretty much matte when it's dry. But yeah, there are this one is so nice. I've never been so close to the waterfall before. There's some birdies on the cliff sides. Yeah, this one was something, but it didn't stop there, because then we went to the glacier. Oh no, this is still the waterfall. This is the other, this is the road to the viewing deck. It's around 500 stairs or so. I didn't went there because I decided to utilize our time. Well, my sister went there and her friends, but I decided to go to be down to stay near the waterfall and take some pictures. And this is the glacier. And believe me or not, this picture is in color, but it looks like black and white, and this is just amazing effect. And this is the road to the glacier. This glacier is in the process of melting, and you can see some pools of water that it's frozen a bit on top. But yeah, and you can see here the tongue of the glacier and all those blues and teals of the glacier. It looks so nice. It was just so beautiful. Like, I took so many pictures here because I couldn't with these colors and these structures. Like, some really looked like crystals and like made from, like, you can see this formation, this really geometrical shape. This is where the proper glacier starts. This is the tongue right now of the glacier. And look at this color. This is just the wonderful color. I love teal. And yeah, this part looks like crystals on some other planet, and you could also come really close near to the banks of the water to make pictures, but my camera didn't have that great of a zoom. But these look so nice. And you can see that even the water makes a little hole here. Oh, thank you. But these are really nice, and I want to took one or two and paint them because. And it started snowing in this exact moment. We were just going and I took off my cap and I was like, oh yeah, it's super warm, and the next second it started snowing and we were all soaked wet. But yeah, this is the Katla Geopark, but the glacier is named Solheimajökull. So yeah. Oh, and we are in Vik right now, which is the city near the Black Beaches, and this is the cliffside that we are on the one side of cliffside, and the entrance to the Black Beaches is on the other side of cliffside, but we had the stop here. And fun fact, this is where they shot the Iron Islands in Game of Thrones, where the Greyjoys reside. So the more you know. And you could see, even from the other side of cliff, you can see the ocean, and yeah, it's pretty, but it's deadly, and there are signs about it everywhere. And one person, when we were there, the person from the other trip that was here simultaneously, there were like 3 or 4 trips at the same time, was actually this sneaker wave was going, and the person tripped and was about to be sacked, but the other people came and let him up. But it was just, oh my god, this is not a joke. But look, it's so pretty. Yeah, it was scary. At the cliff sides, these are nice, and this looks, like my sister said, this looks like smushed Oreos. For real. Look, the whole sand is black. I got some rocks from this black beach, some nice black rocks, because they were pretty when wet. And there is a cave just beside this, and these pylons are made from the quickly set lava. It's like there is like the old volcano here, the lava went here, and here and here the lava set super quickly, so it formed these pylons. It does, it really does. But look at all these rocks, they are so black. They are more black than my shoe, like. And these are the formations of the lava. And there is my sister here. But these are, look, just so regular. It's like so, oh, it's me. It's like so amazing that the nature did this stuff. But I was here also. Oh, and some people, we also had a picture, but it's on my sister's friend's camera. We have some picture where we got on these rocks. They were easy to get, but to walk on this, but they were pretty slippery because there is still this ocean breeze, because we are near the ocean, and waves and all those wind and really wet breeze. But the ocean has such a nice color. Look at this teal line, it's amazing. And the waves were really high and really violent, because well, not because. Oh, and these are the island, the little like cliff sides from the other side of the cliff, of this bigger cliff. Just little lonely islands. And yeah, these waves. I think I grabbed some nice pictures of them. Or like this one. You can see the wave forming, but there are some. Oh yeah, like this one where the water is splashing and still it's still rolling on this one side. And yeah, they went pretty far. some more of the cave, more of the landscape just beside the beach. Right, where's this scroll? Here is the scroll. Yeah, the waves were... Because I was by the Polish Sea not that long ago, and Polish Sea is pretty much... When it's super windy, it's not quiet, but usually the waves are much smaller. And yeah, if you want to... no. It's the other waterfall, and this waterfall was magical. Like let me tell you, like, look at this. This is like the big waterfall and the little waterfall beside it. But what's the best about this waterfall? It's because it has the natural look behind the waterfall, and they built the path that goes here on the front of waterfall, and you can go around and behind the waterfall and go on the other side, which is exactly what we did, and it was amazing. And the sun came up, and there was little to no clouds at that hour, so I think I snapped when there was a rainbow on one of the pictures just beside the waterfall, which is so magical. Like, I would just stand. Oh, you can see the nook here and how many tourists are here taking pictures. Oh, and a little rainbow here. The sun came out. And from the side, and going slowly from the back. Yeah, and the whole walls were covered in moss and rocks. Siraja, hello, welcome to the stream. I'm showing off pictures of the... Oh my god, I can't pronounce the name of this waterfall, but it's super magical because it pretty much, you can go behind the waterfall. Yes, they are, but I'm at the day 3, so unfortunately you missed some, mainly of the Black Beaches, Glacier, and the 2 other waterfalls. But look at the nook. I kept some tourists making pictures behind the waterfall, but this looks just magical, and there is so much lush and greenery just behind the waterfall. It's like the other world pretty much. I think there is a photo of me somewhere beside this waterfall. It's not me, it's some random guy. And yeah, from the behind, still from behind. There's some water that got on my lens because, well, it was water splashing everywhere and I was super wet. I am. Oh yeah, this is me. Me and my sister here. She decided on some more silly pose. But we're going to the day 4, and day 4 was made for the whale watching, and I will show just some pictures, not all, because some of them I took from the site, because we were with the other company, and they have the internet, the website, and every day after every trip they post pictures that their crew did. and they are usually better than ours because when the guy said, oh, there is a dolphin on the 10, and I was like, okay, 10, and the dolphin just went away. And there were no whales during our trip. There was a whale on a trip, I think 2 days ago, according to the website, and they also have the Northern Lights tour on the boat during the night, and there was a Northern Lights just 1 day before our trip that ended in a fail, because we were just standing for 1.5 hours in the field in the total darkness, and it started snowing later, so it's so no Northern Lights for me this year. But look, it's a dolphin. Look, these are 2 dolphins. And look, still dolphins. And we were pretty much just looking at those dolphins. These were nice because they were, look, you can see it's a dolphin. And it's so nice. But yeah, these dolphins were really okay. See, these are the pictures I took. These dolphins are really playful, and they are super curious about the boat and what is this boat doing here? I don't know, but it makes the fun waves like this one, and they like to hop in these waves. But some look at the bay by the Reykjavik. I had lots of fun. It was just so inspiring and beautiful country. It's like, I love these colors. This color palette is like everything. And okay, let me skip to some photos where you can see the dolphins from my camera. But look at this water. Isn't this the wonderful color? I think it is. But okay, where are the dolphins? Where are the dolphins? I see some splash, so it was just... Oh yeah, I probably missed this. But, oh yeah, this one. You can see here. You can see a dolphin here. And you can see him a little bit here, just fading away. And another one pops out here. And then hides promptly after. But yeah, I catched one! But there was an instance. Oh my god. We were on this ship and I had the camera just beside me, and 2 dolphins just like 10 meters from us were just were doing this thing just in our direction, so we could see the whole 2 dolphins coming at the same time at us, and we were like, oh my god. And I of course didn't put the camera that fast to catch it, but it was so cool. It was so cool. I know that pictures or it didn't happen, but it did happen, and it was amazing. And I'm trying to see if there are more pictures. Probably no, because my perception, my reflex is just bad. And yeah, there are some just splashes of water, but no dolphins. So by far this one and this one are the best pictures I did of dolphins. But yeah, then we decided to, I think maybe wait, this is when we started going back, I think. Where are the dolphins? I need to look at every second picture. Yeah, there are lots of pictures of the water. Oh, there is a fin. This is such a perfect color. I love this desaturated tealish blue. Oh, another fin, another fin. Yeah, I think this is at the time when, oh, and two, you see, this is one fin and this is the second fin. And I think this is the time where I just decided to put the camera in the position but judge my eyes more than the window of the camera. And when I see something with my eyes, I would just constantly just push the button to release the shutter. At the end, look at this moss! This is the moss on the fence, but it looks so pretty, and I decided to take a picture of it. And also, fun things that I found on the flea market. There is a very best of greatest hits of Sverrir Stromsaker for $20. Look at this wonderfully photoshopped picture of the glacier, shark with a splash, Putin body, and the head of this guy. Wonderfully blended. And I also went to some downtown. This is how the main street looks like on the Sunday morning. It's super deserted. What is this? Oh, and I was also in a very... I can't show you this because it's like not safe for work, so I will disable this, and I can only show you something that proves that I was here, but I need to censor it first because so I was in this museum. It's the Icelandic Philological Museum, and you can pretty much, know what this museum is about, but it was really interesting. It was really honestly interesting experience, and it kind of changed my feeling towards some stuff. Oh my god, auto mode! Yes! Yes. And you exactly get what you came for in this museum, which is lots of very interesting exponents. I can't talk loudly because my parents don't know that I went there. Yes, those things. Yeah, and yeah, they didn't know I went there, and they didn't know I take pictures because there was one big one of a whale that was almost the same size and weight as me, and I don't know how I feel about that. Yeah. Yeah, kończę już. Okay, so with this, yeah, but this was the last day of Iceland, and oh my god, 2.5 hours, and I need to sleep because I have work tomorrow, so I drew nothing, which is like, oh my god, so surprising. Like, you came to my stream and, you expect me to draw? But during my art streams, like, what do you